everyone, and welcome back to the Toffee Blues YouTube channel, your source for all things Everton. Everton have beaten Leeds United 1-0 at Goodison Park this afternoon in what was a huge game for us, and we came away with all 3 points, which is the main thing. I'm going to do the player ratings now. Obviously, the one change was Neil Maupay coming in for Ellis Sims from the Merseyside derby. Other than that, it was pretty much as it was. Obviously, Jordan Pickford starting in goal. Had a bit of a couple of questions asked on Monday night, but Pickford today didn't really do anything wrong. A couple of moments where maybe you worry he's going to do something rash, but we didn't have too much of that today. Just a solid performance from Jordan, some good game management as well. We know that he excels in this area. Let's say sometimes just a bit of gamesmanship going down, keeping hold of the ball. Things like that, which you've got to do in when you're in a position such as we are. So good Jordan Pickford. I'm going to give him a 7. He was fine. No real concerns from him today. And it was a sound performance from him. And of course, moving on, Seamus Coleman, captain, match winner. Great performance from Seamus today. It was a real throwback performance from Seamus. We come under a lot of pressure last week, obviously playing in the Merseyside derby. A couple of questions raised on his role in the goal from Salah, but today it was fantastic. Like I said, Seamus Coleman of old, and the finish was sublime, wasn't it? Full marks for Coleman today. I'm going to give Coleman an 8. Really delighted for him, and he just continues to stake his claim that he's still an important part of this Everton squad. Obviously, Nathan Patterson looking like he's nearing a return, hopefully soon, but Coleman continuing to do a job. So I'm going to give Seamus Coleman an 8. Solid. Moving on, Connor Cody. Quite quiet game from Cody today. Again, but no real mistakes. I thought looked a bit shaky at times. He just doesn't, when you hold him up against James Tarkowski out the 2 now, especially in recent weeks, I think Tarkowski's probably the one who just looks that little bit more assured. But having said that, no real issues from Connor Cody today. He did a job. So I'm going to give Connor Cody a 7. Again, he was fine. No real issues there. Tarkowski, thought he was impressive today. Won his battles. Got stuck in. Won all his duels. And just what you want from a Tarkowski performance is what we've come to expect. Looking dangerous from corners as well, which is obviously a massive boost. A real presence in this Everton side from Tarkowski. So I'm going to give Tarkowski an 8. He was good today. Mykolenko, left back. He was all right today. He didn't do anything amazing, but he wasn't especially poor. I think he's had worse performances for Everton. He did a job. Sometimes there were times when the ball was going out of play, and he could have. He could have made it, there's just minor things like that. He could have kept it in, or sometimes his decision making was a bit questionable. But he was okay today, Mykolenko. He's definitely had worse games, so I'll give Mykolenko a 6. He was all right. Moving on to the midfield, Abdoulaye Doucouré. He was everywhere, wasn't he? He was everywhere. Another impressive performance from Dukes today. He seems to really have impressed Sean Dyche. Really, he's had a run of games now consistently, so hopefully we can see him getting back to his best. He seems to have found a place in this team, and he's covering a lot of ground. Obviously, you've got to mention that huge miss from him about 5 minutes from the end, or 10 minutes from the end, whenever it was. You've got to be scoring them. You've got to be scoring them. It's a fantastic chance for him to put us 2-0 up, and then we're pretty much home and dry, and then we can have quite a more less nervy end to proceedings. But listen, he fluffed his lines, whatever. But you know what? We got the 3 points, so we're not too fussed on that. But Abdoulaye Doucouré, I'll give him a 7. Thought he was okay today. Did a job. And I'm delighted to see him getting a bit of a run in the side and putting in some performances that we know that he is capable of. Idrissa Gana Gueye, I thought was good today. I did think Idrissa Gana Gueye had a good game. It seems to be a theme where he seems to have his better games at Goodison. Again, I thought he made some important tackles. I thought his passing was better today as well. Dribbling as well, he went past, I think it was the Onana chance in the first half. It was a great bit of play by him as well. So I thought Idrissa Gana Gueye was was really impressive today. So I'm going to give Gana Gay a 7. Looked calm. Nothing too questionable from him. His performance was fine again, so give Gana Gay a 7. Amadou Onana, yeah, well, he was all right. Not as good as we've seen him play maybe against Arsenal, but obviously the big concern with him was that he had to be substituted off with that suspected knee injury about 15 minutes from the end. That was a bit of a concern because we know how much of an important player he is for this side, but hopefully it's nothing too major and it's not too much of a concern for Onana, and he will play a part in the Aston Villa game. Hopefully it's just precautionary stuff. But yeah, Onana was fine today. We kept ticking over in the midfield. Obviously, we're a much stronger side with him in it. But yeah, he just ticked along nicely and did a job today. Nothing too stand out, but like I said, it ticked along nicely and not too many problems there. So I'll probably give Amadou Onana a 7 as well. Alex Iwobi, yeah, quite poor, if I'm being honest. I think he's, we all know how impressive he has been in the last year or so, but that sort of level that he's hit, that we know he's capable of hitting, hasn't quite reached that in the last couple of weeks, in my opinion. I thought he was, he gave the ball away a couple of times today when he didn't need to, and sometimes, his decision-making wasn't great. But having said that, it was a fantastic pass into Seamus Coleman for the goal, so, got to give credit there. But yeah, Alex Iwobi, he was all right. Wasn't his finest game. I just want to see him start hitting those levels that we saw him hit towards the back end of last season. But yeah, Alex Iwobi, probably give him a 6. Don't be too harsh with the ratings today on the back of a win. Neil Maupay, obviously occupying the centre forward role, coming in for Sims. I thought he did all right. I thought he put himself about. He chased things down, but I just don't think it's really going to happen for him at Everton, to be totally honest. He just doesn't seem to just have any sort of threat. And that was a real worry for obviously up until we got the goal. It was a massive concern. I was just thinking, where are the goals going to come from in this side? Because it just doesn't look like Neil Maupay is going to give us that. His shots are very tame at best. He doesn't really create much. He doesn't really get on the end of much. You struggle to see what he really offers for this side, other than maybe his, just being a bit of a nuisance to other teams. But I think the effort was there from Maupay today. I think that's got to be said. But I just don't know if he's going to reach these sort of levels for Everton where he's going to score goals for us. His goal return's really poor. Let's have it right. And like I said, I thought the effort was there from him today, but I just don't think it's going to happen for him. I really don't. But you know what? I'll give him a 6 because he put a shift in. I think it's fair to say, but I think that's all you can really say about Neil Maupay. Unfortunately, for the money we spent on him as well, you've got to be disappointed with the goal return. Because it's no secret the lack of goals in this side. Thankfully we managed to get one in spectacular fashion today. But you look at the last 2 home games. The goals coming from defenders. It's not great reading for our forward players. We need goals on this side. We've known this for a while now, and I just don't think Neil Maupay is going to give us that. But like I said, he ran around today, made a bit of a nuisance of himself, but that's all you can say really. So I'm probably going to give Neil Maupay a 6. Dwight McNeil, I thought McNeil was all right today. Actually, I thought it's one of them. I feel like he did all the hard work. There were times when he beat players, but we haven't seen much of Dwight McNeil actually. Taking players on and beating them. There were a couple of instances, especially in the second half, where he was going past players, but. I'd like to see a bit more of that from him. So on that front, he was good, but there's just no end product with him really. There's no cutting edge. I think he's got quite an impressive left foot. Actually, I think he can definitely, pick out some important passes, and but there's just no right foot at all with him. But yeah, McNeil was all right today. It was there was sometimes in the first half where we'd needlessly give the ball away or we get caught out in possession after doing the hard work. But we lasted the 90 minutes, and yeah, he was okay. His performances are definitely picked up under Sean Dyche. I think I will say that about him. So hopefully he can continue with that. So I'll probably give McNeil Yeah, I'll give McNeil a 6. Yeah, I'll give McNeil a 6. I thought he was okay. He was, yeah. Just onto the subs. Obviously Tom Davies came on for. Who did Tom Davies come on for? I think Tom Davies came on for Onana. Obviously when he went off injured. Um, yeah, Tom Davies is Tom Davies, isn't he? He very much splits opinion. I think it's fair to say. There was a moment where he gave possession away really poorly in the midfield, and at that point you think to yourself, God, that is not the area to give the ball away at all. And we were very fortunate that Leeds are a very poor side and didn't really punish us for that. But Tom Davies, he definitely frustrates. But again, I can't really fault for effort today. And I include Tom Davies in that. You could see that he was chasing balls down for the last 15 minutes of the game. Um, he was throwing himself in for a few challenges. He was keeping up with the play. So on that front, he was okay. But I just think, it could have been a very different story had we been playing a better side that are going to punish you, like a Liverpool or something like that, when he gave the ball away in the midfield. But, don't dwell too much on that. Tom Davies came on, albeit it was only for like 15 minutes or so in place of Onana. Give Tom Davies a 6. Yeah, he didn't really impact the game that much, but a couple of shaky moments from him. And then Ellis Sims obviously came on for the last 10 minutes. And I must say I was impressed, actually. I was impressed with Ellis Sims when he came on. Big call last week to include him from the off, the Merseyside derby. We know that. And in that type of fixture, you can't really read too much into that. However, I thought he came on and he really put himself about. He won headers. He was really getting up and winning his battles as he did on Monday night. And you know what? I think there's definitely a player in there. I do think there's a player in there in Ellis Sims. He pulled the ball across for Decore. It was a fantastic ball, actually, into Decore for the sitter, if you like. So he showed flashes today what he can do. And, he's physical. He's a big lad as well. So hopefully the more that he gets played and the more minutes he gets, he's only going to improve, and hopefully he can become, a useful player in this team. Still very young, of course. Let's not forget that. And he's hopefully only going to get better. But I was really impressed with Ellis Sims when he came on, actually. I thought he really put himself about, got stuck in. And that's all we asked for, really. And, if he continues with this confidence and this belief that the manager seems to be showing in him, then hopefully the goals will come for him. So on that note, I'm going to give Ellis Sims, albeit he wasn't on the pitch for long, but I'll give Ellis Sims a 7, actually, because I thought he definitely, put a stamp on the game when he came on, which is really good to see. So there you have it. There's my player ratings. Really impressive win for us today. Important, very important, given the other results. And on to Aston Villa. And hopefully we can be sitting here this time next week with another winning performance. And if we can get 2 wins back to back, that'll just be fantastic for our hopes of survival. But of course, a lot of work still to do. I think no one's getting carried away, taking their game at a time. And hopefully the players can take a lot of belief and confidence from that result today, and that we can get out of this mess. And another great win for Sean Dyche at Goodison Park. So thanks for watching, and we'll speak to you next time.